Good morning, Cullman. Thank you for joining us on Cullman Today. I'm your host, Christine Wiggins, and today is Thursday, April 10th. Coming up on Cullman Today, Fairview's Town Council meeting, state archery tournament results, and the Farmers Market opening weekend. All of this plus sports, weather, and more. Now let's take a closer look at the top stories happening in Cullman today. The Fairview Town Council met on April 7th. The council discussed a new resolution to apply for grants to install a new sewer line in hopes of welcoming new businesses to the community. Former Fairview Mayor Randall Shedd met with Senator Garland Gudger on behalf of the town of Fairview to work on acquiring funds to support this new infrastructure item. The council reported that Gudger assured Shedd that the majority of the funds could be secured. However, the town would have to supply an additional $4,000 to complete the project. A resolution was proposed to apply for additional grants to meet their financial goal. The motion passed with a 4-1 approval from the council. Clint Hayes of the Volunteer Fire Department spoke to the council about potential needs for the department. The council approved a $5,000 donation for the department to spend as needed. In other business, council approved a request for a $100 donation to Miss Senior Alabama. The council adopted a resolution to change the polling place for the August 26 municipal election from Town Hall to the Fairview Senior Center due to the county's general election being the same day at Town Hall. And Don Fallon spoke to the council about his dedication to serving the community and to garner support for his run for Alabama House of Representatives District 11. The next Fairview Town Council meeting is scheduled for 6 p.m. on May 5th at Fairview Town Hall. Cullman County schools were well represented at the State Bullseye and International Bow Hunting Organization tournaments held in Montgomery this past weekend, with multiple schools bringing home top honors and individual accolades. Vinemont High School led the way by claiming the IBO state championship title with an impressive team score of 1688. In the Bullseye competition, Vinemont High School earned a second-place finish. Other high school team results: Good Hope, 8th place, Fairview, 9th place. In the middle school division, Vinemont placed 3rd in both Bullseye and IBO. In the elementary school division, Vinemont finished 2nd in both Bullseye and IBO, and Hanceville placed 8th overall. Cullman's Farmers Market opened for the season this past weekend, and Annabelle Howes brought back a look at what it all has to offer.
The Cullman Farmers Market has returned to Festhalle for the spring and summer seasons. The market thrives in the city's heart, located adjacent to the warehouse district and across the street from Depot Park and the Cullman County Museum. From April to October, local farmers come out every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday to sell their produce and goods. The market officially opened on Saturday, April 5th, with products quickly running low due to the large crowd. Vendors offer more than just produce. Jams and jellies, spices and seasonings, and even self-care products like bars of soap and sugar scrubs were some of the many things you could find. The market is a cherished event for both locals and visitors. It was described as having a vibrant and friendly atmosphere, making it the perfect destination to bring your family and friends. The Festhalle Farmers Market is a highly anticipated and popular event during the warmer months, so stop by and support our local farmers. For more information, or if you're looking to become a vendor, you can go to their website or call the number at 256-734-9157. This has been Annabelle Howes with Cullman Today.
It all looks so good. And those are the top stories in Cullman today. Coming up, Cullman claims area title win over Mortimer Jordan. Sports is next. Welcome back. In today's sports segment, let's take a look at some of the latest local baseball news. After collecting a pair of wins over the weekend, the Bearcats continued area play with a matchup against Mortimer Jordan Tuesday night. Cullman jumped out to an early lead, and starting pitcher Cooper Lofton kept the Blue Devils' bats at bay to secure a 4-2 win and the 6A Area 13 title. Lofton tossed 6 innings to earn the win, allowing just 1 run on 5 hits and striking out 9 batters. After a scoreless first inning, the Bearcats took the lead in the bottom of the second. Tyler Brock reached base on an error, Knox Malden was hit by a pitch, and Cooper Lofton drew a walk and loaded the bases. Brock scored on a passed ball to give the Cats a 1-0 lead, and Brooks Heatherly lined an RBI single into center field to make it 2-0. Coulter Bowen drew a walk with the bases loaded to bring in a 3rd run, and a sacrifice fly from Bennett Johnson scored Colton Borden to make it a 4-0 game going into the 3rd inning. The Blue Devils put 1 run on the board in the 3rd to trim the lead to 4-1, and both teams had a hard time getting their bats going the rest of the way. After 3 scoreless innings, Mortimer Jordan was able to push 1 across in the top of the 7th to trim the lead to 4-2, but it wasn't enough to overcome Cullman's lead, and the Cats held on to win it 4-2. Heatherly, Bowen, and Johnson each recorded a hit and an RBI in the win. The Bearcats will continue the series at Mortimer Jordan tonight. And that wraps up sports for today. After the break, we'll bring you 4 stories in under 4 minutes, including an Easter tablescape event and Little Women the musical. Welcome back. Now it's time to speed things up with a news rundown. 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Gypsy Soul Antiques and Things is hosting a community Easter tablescape event on Tuesday, April 15th from 11 to 1. Owner Lindsay Blackwood said, "Come to the Table" is an opportunity to learn a whimsical approach to table setting, along with modern and simple ways to design floral arrangements using both real and silk flowers from Cullman Florist. Blackwood said the table is such a huge part of the Passover and Easter story and has long been a central feature to homes as generations gather around it to celebrate and break bread together. Blackwood said Gypsy Soul and Cullman Florist want to have more come to the table events yearly and workshops about how to have beautiful tablescapes that look like a magazine cover but on a budget. At the April 15th event, there will be a door prize giveaway from Cullman Florist and Gypsy Soul Antiques and Things. There will also be 20% discounts in both stores for guests. Scan the QR code on the screen to get your tickets for $40 each. Lunch is included. Wallace State Community College Theater Department will present Little Women the musical Friday through Sunday, April 11th through 13th at the Betty Leith Haynes Theater inside Garland E. Gudger Senior Student Center. Based on the classic novel by Louisa May Alcott, Little Women the musical follows the adventures of sisters Jo, Meg, Beth, and Amy March. Shows will be presented at 7 p.m. Friday and Saturday with a 2 p.m. matinee on Sunday. Admission is a $10 donation. The third Major League Fishing Tackle Warehouse Invitational event of the season is set to take place next week, April 15th through 17th at Lewis Smith Lake. The Three-day tournament hosted by Visit Cullman, Alabama will feature a field of professional bass anglers competing for a top prize of up to $115,000. Anglers will take to the water to catch their 5 biggest bass each day, and the winner will be determined by the heaviest 3-day cumulative total. Anglers will launch at 6:30 a.m. each day from Smith Lake Park. Weigh-ins will be held at Smith Lake Park and will begin at 2:30 p.m. Meet Marley, a yellow lab terrier mix who is the Cullman Tribune Pet of the Week. She's approximately a year old and exhibits medium to high energy. At the moment, she's struggling with shelter life. However, once out of her kennel, she's a different girl who adores your company. Marley understands leash etiquette. She knows when it's time to go outside, as she will sit until you put her leash on. Since she's already spayed, her adoption fee is reduced to only $35. That includes DHLPP, Bordetella, and rabies vaccines, wormer, general exam at the vet, and microchip. Visit the shelter at 935 Convent Road Northeast. It's open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Come by, visit with Marley, then take her home for an enjoyable life for all. If you stop by and Marley has been adopted, don't worry, as she has many friends just waiting for their forever homes. Contact the Cullman County Animal Shelter at 256-734-5448 or Cullman Animal Shelter at co.cullman.al.us. And that's your 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Now for a quick break before we look at the weather ahead and pay our respects with obituaries. I'll be right back after this quick message.
Cullman's in full bloom in the newest edition of Community Matters from the Cullman Tribune. Discover fresh dining spots, celebrate community connections, and meet local heroes making a real difference. From stunning sights to courtside lights, there's something for everyone to enjoy. Pick up your free copy around town or read it online today. Community Matters. Get to know your community.
Let's take a moment to pause and pay our respects to those who lost their lives this week as we turn to obituaries. Merlin David Cohn, age 82 of Hanceville, passed away on Wednesday, April 9th. Funeral service will be at 11 a.m. on Saturday, April 12th at Cullman Heritage Funeral Home, burial at Shelton Grove Cemetery. Visitation will be from 6 to 8 p.m. on Friday, April 11th at Cullman Heritage Funeral Home. Our thoughts and prayers go out to his friends and family. Now let's take a look at your weather forecast. Today will be mostly sunny and breezy with a high near 75. There's a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms tonight before 1 a.m. with a low around 47. Friday will be mostly sunny and breezy with a slight chance of a thunderstorm and a high near 65. Friday night will be partly cloudy with a low around 42. And that wraps up today's edition of Cullman Today. Thank you for sharing your morning with us, and remember to stay connected by following us on social media and visiting cullmantribune.com for the latest from our community. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. I'm Christine Wiggins with Cullman Today. Have a wonderful day, Cullman.